All right, we're good. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook. We're good. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the actual mindset of a consistently profitable trader? What are the things that you potentially have to know and adapt to? We're going to share with you this inside information. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special edition of the Newsbeat Show that we're offering here for our open house. And again, you get 1 week of free Newsbeat live action with a link in the description if you are interested. And now to the question that I basically asked you, what do you want me to talk about? And one of you, or a lot of you guys and gals actually, asked me for what is the mindset of a successful master type trader. And it's kind of funny because some of you guys almost feel that there is a bit of humbleness involved. And, being the trader that we are, being the traders that we are here, the consistently profitable traders, it's really not just about formulating better strategies. My strategies are better than yours, or your strategies are better than mine, and I'm performing more of this deep, extensive analysis. But it's also about developing the winning mindset. Okay, Mark, winning mindset. That is so damn vague. How do I get this winning mindset? And let me tell you what really separates winning traders from losing traders. It's not that us winning traders formulate better trading strategies. It's not that we are smarter. The truth is, there are scientists, doctors, and lawyers who struggle with trading, and it's not really about intelligence. And it's not really that I do better market analysis than he does or she does. What separates a winning trader from a losing trader is the entire psychological mindset in which you approach the entire market with. Most traders, when you first began, mistakenly believe that all you need to do is find the great trading strategy, the holy grail of trading strategies. After that, all you'll need to do is come to the trading market each day, plug in this great trading strategy, and the market will just immediately start pumping money into your account. Pretty simple. That was the mindset of the majority of traders who began trading. And if you're listening to this, that was somewhat, in a lot of aspects, probably the mentality that you have. But of course, as we all unfortunately find out, and any of us who have actually traded and learned, it's not really that easy. There are plenty of traders who use intelligent, well designed trading strategies and systems who still regularly lose money rather than make money. The few traders who do consistently win at this game of trading are those that who have developed the appropriate psychological mindset that enables us to be consistent winners. There are certain beliefs, attitudes, and psychological characteristics that are essential to conquering this world of trading. And I'm going to be discussing and touching on some of the points today and touching how we develop them easily the most consistent room on Wall Street. What did we do? I mean, obviously, look, everything I touched didn't turn to gold. I wasn't always running a room in this sense. I freely admit that starting a room 12 years ago, as I started with T3, I wouldn't sign up for my service 12 years ago for the information I was offering. I wouldn't sign up for my service 12 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I'd probably start paying for my service. 6 years ago, definitely. 5 years ago, 100%. I'm all on board. And every point till now, I would definitely pay for my service because I brought it to a point where I can understand that it's not about a guru is not a trader who just makes money in the market. A guru is a trader who helps the traders around them consistently make money, and fight every step of the way to get there. But this is more about the personal mindset, and I want to start talking about some of the mindsets that people have that will definitely induce failing. And by knowing what not to do and knowing what to do is going to help you know what you should be going for and what you should be avoiding throughout this entire video. Now, I can't even count maybe 50, 60, 70, 100,000 traders in my life. As somebody who's been trading for 20 years and somebody who has been running a trading broadcast, I have had the privilege of meeting a very large number of traders. And attitudes and beliefs about the market include things such as believing. How many people know the trader out there who believes the market is rigged against them or crosses your mind? Maybe you think the market is rigged against you as if the market is sitting over your shoulders looking at what you're doing. And, it feels like it's out to get you and it's out to do the exact opposite of what you're doing to ensure you lose money. Such negative and very obviously erroneous beliefs can have a significant impact on your ability to make money successfully and trade successfully. If you think the market is out to get you, then you're not looking at it properly. In accord with reality, and therefore you can't really hope to be able to be objective and or objectively, for example, evaluate the market opportunities in front of you. The market is completely neutral. It does not care whether you make money or lose money. I promise you. Our beliefs about ourselves are critical elements in trading psychology, though. That's why it's an important subject to touch upon. One characteristic, a personal characteristic that almost every single winning trader shares. What do you think that character? I'm gonna not gonna play hard to get here. What is the one characteristic that you believe that most winning traders that I have met shared? Anybody want to take a guess at that? Write it in the chat room if you're part of the open house. Write it in the comment section if you're watching. I want to see if you can guess it. Ken got it. Ken got it. Self-confidence. Winning traders possess a firm basic belief in their ability to be winning traders. A belief that is not seriously shaken by a few or even several losing trades. One of the most common characteristics I see in winning traders is that they have self-confidence. Now, many people come to me and I see all these strategies on Wall Street that will just decimate large swaths of the population. In fact, 10 years ago, if you were following me, I'll be the first to throw myself underneath the bus. And I will say that 10 years ago, back in 2009, when I was running, trading room, I would say at that point that the majority of people couldn't follow me. And even though I was making money consistently, the vast majority of the people around me could not make money consistently trying to follow what I did. And as a result, people were still following me because they were trying to get to the point, but most people couldn't bear with me for more than a year or two because they just simply couldn't turn around or they didn't even see how they could turn around, even if they didn't get to where they needed to be within the first year. That's when I knew that there was a major difference between a consistently profitable trader and a guru. So nowadays, fast forward to today, you're in this environment where everybody is offering you the easy way out. Come see this master strategy that I use to make this much money. Here are my confirmed results. Let me show you my track record. Let me show you this. I know what I'm talking about. Just because you make money as a trader does not mean you have one idea what you're talking about. I would say just about every single guru on Wall Street falls victim to this. I was a victim of it until I changed. But every single guru, just about, who makes money are not qualified whatsoever to help you and will most likely destroy you. And that is probably why a lot of the gurus on Wall Street don't view me as their best friend, because I'm sort of exposing the scam, the lies, the smoke and mirrors in which they're all for. But that doesn't mean they're bad traders. That doesn't mean they're doing something wrong. And that doesn't mean they have one malicious bone in their body. I really do not believe any guru out there is intentionally trying to hurt you. Quite the opposite. They want to help you. They just don't understand why that human beings are built differently and why some strategies that work for them don't work for 98, 99% of the people who decide to follow them. So self confidence is something that you don't go to a shrink, you don't go to a psychology, you don't do certain things. Did you know that even lifting your arms up in like the winter formation, when you lift your arms up in the air like this, I don't know how much my webcam is catching of this right now, but when you literally lift your arm up in the air like this, like if you won a race or a game or whatever, you're actually releasing a complex um, neurological concoction of chemicals within your body that actually make you happier and feel better about yourself. There's actually a scientific reason why people go like this when they win, because they're literally rewarding themselves for winning a race or a game or something that was very difficult and it's over. And they go like this, and their brain is actually physically rewarding them. It's actually kind of funny how science goes. In contrast, when you're a losing trader, of course, losing traders have serious self-doubt, nagging self-doubt. Unfortunately, if you see yourself as a losing trader, cursed with bad luck, everything you touch turns to garbage or whatever, that belief will tend to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Have you ever heard fake it till you make it? There's actually some scientific evidence behind that. Do you know that even when you put on a fake smile, you see like I'm doing now, you see when you put on a fake smile, your brain does not know the difference if you're actually laughing, finding something amusing, being happy about something. My brain right now did not know the difference between me genuinely smiling and me actually smiling like this. My brain is actually thinking that I'm happy about some current situation that's actually going on around me, believe it or not. This is scientifically proven. This is not my opinion. Traders who doubt their ability, and I'm going to explain to you why it's probably not your fault. It's probably even though you're fully responsible for it, it's probably not your fault. Traders who, just like somebody who, I'll get into more details with that later. Traders who doubt their ability often, whether you're hesitating to push a button and initiate trades, or you're falling for the scam, the guru scam, where they'll throw dozens of trades at you throughout a day, making it seem like there's just infinite, limitless opportunities in the market, and they just have to keep throwing ideas at you. Winning traders have a healthy respect for the fact that even their best market analysis may sometimes not match up with future price movements. Nonetheless, we traders possess an overall confidence in our ability as traders, a confidence which enables us to easily initiate trades whenever a genuine opportunity arises. And that's the thing about genuine opportunities. I'm going to share with you a bunch of key characteristics of what winning traders and how they approach it. It's going to get in depth, but I just want to cut myself off here for a second and say that I've been speaking to very many board registered psychologists, psychiatrists, and everything. And there was a study out of Brown University. It's an Ivy League school. There was a study out of Brown University that basically said that in life, if you want to ultimately be happy and not depressed, because depression is on the rise, by the way, all over the world. Anxiety and depression, percentage, not just because human population increase, but depression and anxiety has been increasing substantially over the past decade. And you have to ask why. Certain diseases are up exponentially. Autism is up exponentially, percentage wise, not just number of human beings on the planet. Percentage wise, autism is up exponentially. Depression is up exponentially. And I'm speaking to these psychologists, and everybody has, opinions and why these things are actually happening. But what really struck me is one of the psychologists who ran a study and found in order for a human being to best prevent depression, sadness, anxiety, one of the best ways to do that, and I'm sure there are more complex answers to this, but this is just what he found, was that you need at least 7 situations to be positive in your life for every 3 negative. It's not even conscionable to think that nothing bad will ever happen to you. At the same time, it can't even be thought that nothing good would happen to you ever. Your brain's interpretation says that you need 7 positive experiences for every 3 bad. So, what I did years ago is I said every trading strategy that I'm going to do is going to have to be right 70% of the time. That's a magic number, by the way, the 70%. The 70% wasn't, fabricated from thin air. The 70% was scientifically applied to trading because in order for you to be a happy trader, I know some winning traders who are stressed beyond belief and are very prone to giving back all the money they have made over a certain amount of time. In fact, most traders who started early and made a lot of money spent years giving back their money that they've earned, only trying to fight and struggle to reclaim the heyday in which they made that money. So when I give you these one and done strategies and these Mark Fives and the Mark Ones and the Know Your Limits and all these different strategies, they are designed where I personally can make money on them 70% of the time or more. Some of them are in the 90s, some of them are in the 80s, but you have to be right 70% of the time or more. Then, of course, I'll get, I'll see some of the other strategies out there that only tell you what they're doing or offering to sell you an educational course, but don't really have the statistical frequency of success in which you're looking to accomplish. They'll say, well, look at my P&L. And you'll see, wow, that's $1 million. I have $1 million P&L. You know what my $1 million P&Ls look like? P&Ls look like? You want to know my batting rate when I make $1 million? You want to know what my 10 worst days look like? You want to know what my 10 best days look like? It is quite, it falls in line with everything I'm saying and more. And the reason why this is important, it's not just about making $1 million, fine. Let's say even most traders don't really care if they make $1 million or not. I didn't care when I made my first million. It just happened because I wasn't caring about the money. The thing is, even if you're trying to make $100,000 and a guru is like, look, I made $100,000 this month, this week, this year. But then what they don't show is they went from 0 to negative 50,000, from negative 50,000 all the way up to positive 25, to positive 30, all the way down to $75,000 in the red, and they're just swinging like that. If that if that's the path you're looking to get on to make $100,000, you're going to fail just about every time. You're going to become insolvent before you could continue that sort of game. So let's talk about the key characteristics of how I perceive what a winning trader should look like, and it's based off my bias of seeing the 5-figure number of traders that I've met in my life, the tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of traders. Number one, these successful traders are capable of not just adjusting, quickly adjusting to changing market conditions. It's kind of funny. When I stop and I sit by and I ask, how many of you guys even right now believe that the markets evolve and change? How many of you guys believe that? How many of you guys really don't believe that that happens in the market? Of course you believe it. I don't think I've ever met a trader who doesn't believe it, and if that's the one trader who doesn't, they're delusional. Let's just be honest. And it's okay. We have nothing but love for you, but you're a little whoosh. So let me say, so if the market keeps evolving and changing, why on earth do you think the same garbage education which you got scammed into buying is going to work today? Maybe it worked 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And instead of actually saying that it worked back then, they sell it to you today and they say, look, here's a guy who made $10 million using this one neat trick, these three neat tricks. This is what this trader does. And this trading educational course you found on Wall Street was sold at a time where it just simply doesn't work anymore. These traders don't fall in love or marry their analysis of a market. If something changes, whether it's price action or the geopolitical environment, they need to change their view on how they approach the market and the strategies they apply, and they do so without hesitating. That's one key characteristic of a winning trader who's consistently winning. A winning trader, anybody could throw a dart, anybody could win or lose on a given day. If I came to you and I said, buy Apple every single day in the morning and sell it at the close, let's see what kind of hit rate I would have this year. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's just take a simple chart of Apple here on the daily, and we could just see how often I would be right. All right, let's go ahead and see, Mark. Okay, I would be right today, wrong on Friday, wrong on Thursday, right on Wednesday, right on Tuesday. Look! For the past 5 trading days, I'm batting 60%. All I'd have to tell you is to buy every Apple every single day and sell it at the close. And every time you see a red bar, you'd be down money. And every time you see a green bar, you'd be up money. How's that? And I guarantee you, for the majority of you out there, you would be up more money today doing just what I told you than actually applying all these complex strategies which are failing you. Isn't that ironic? Prove me wrong. Look at your P&L. Right over here, you would have made $4.50 a share on June 4th. And then you would have lost $1.75 the next day. And then you would have made the next day, made the next day, made the next day, and about break even and lose a little, but then make. It would be a chaotic flux of uncertainty, wouldn't it? And that sort of stuff will cause more psychological toxicity than anything you could ever imagine. Traders who have consistently winning personalities, and a lot of traders who are profitable do not have consistently winning personalities. I have not seen one guru out there who focuses and actually does a good job on consistency. That is why I'm trying to do what others don't. That is why we do things here that others do not. What makes us different? Why does everybody tell me that this service is nothing like anything they've ever seen before? Because I'm trying to do what the majority of the herd aren't. Consistently winning characteristics of traders are disciplined in their trading and can view the market objectively, regardless of how the current market action is affecting their account balance. They don't give in to being excessively excited about winning trades or excessively despairing about losing trades. Winning traders who turn to be consistently profitable always have this. They always dominate their emotions and stay positive every step of the way. I know, if being positivity would work, everyone would do it. It really would work for about 95%. I believe well over 90% of traders would be profitable if they were actually truly, if they actually truly controlled I don't want to say control your emotions, you're a human being, manipulated your emotions to be happy on winning. It's not hard to show happiness when you have a winning trade, but manipulate your happy emotions to stay positive minded on your losing trades. Consistently profitable traders make necessary efforts and take necessary steps to be self disciplined traders who operate with strict rules. Winning traders are not reckless gamblers, yet every single room that I see out there encourages you to do a plethora of trades. That's gambling. That feeds the mind. That feeds you. You didn't drive to Atlantic City. You didn't fly down to Las Vegas so you could pull a slot machine once. No, you want to put $100 $100 in the machine, thousands of dollars in the machine or the tables, and you want to keep spinning and you want to see more cards and more and more and more and more and more and more and more. That's okay if you want to go and do that in Vegas, just as long as you know what you're losing before you start. But in trading, it's not about that. So when you see me on a day like today and I'm not where, oh my God, there's so few trades, there's little opportunity today. There's probably a trader out there who made $1 million today. There's probably a trader out there who lost $1 million today. It's easy to get sucked in around you for everybody saying how great it is in this one environment they're in. But I promise you, and if the marketing of Wall Street hasn't taught you anything, you never see the gurus losing days. You only see the good. You only see what you need to see to be part of a product. When you're in my room, you can easily see where I made, you can easily see where I lost. When I achieve the consistent results I have, what I've realized is the way I run the room now is that there is a large percentage, the majority, large percentage of people that I see making money around me consistently because I'm actually doing a strategy now that the majority of people can execute upon. And many people out there don't really understand how trading works. Winning traders know the difference between a bad trade and a trade that loses money. Winning traders know the difference between a good trade and a trade that just happened to make money. It's a critical point to understand. Just because you end up losing money on a trade doesn't mean the trade was bad. It just means that it was a losing trade. What makes a trade good is not whether it wins or loses. A trade is good as long as it offers a high hit rate with great risk reward. And the odds of it working are 70% or higher, regardless of how it turns out. If you take a trade for good reasons and manage the trade well once you're in it, it's a good trade even if you get stopped out for a loss. And conversely, even if this trade happens to make money and it was initiated for bad reasons, you chased when it shouldn't, and you made money, and that is one of the worst things that can happen to you, believe it or not, because now you're confirming yourself a strategy that is ineffective long term, and you're playing with borrowed money. Even if you made money, you'll spend weeks, months giving it all back and more, and you know that. One reason that losing is so common among traders is that the attitudes and principles that serve us well in life do not work well at all in the profession of trading. Unaware of this fact, most of losing traders lack a basic understanding of what trading is really all about. In ordinary life, we're taught to avoid risky situations, but trading is all about taking smart risk. Trading is also not based on how hard you work. Most people think that the more you trade, the harder you're working, the more money you should see because hard work pays. We were taught it as a good underlying moral principle for how we should approach life in general. And you could lose money very easily doing that. Engaging in trading and being successful at it puts a huge demand on us, namely the demand that we maintain confidence while dealing with the continual uncertainty of trading in whatever market we're entering in. In the profession of trading, facing the truth about what we're engaged in is one of the key elements for success. So if you remember, just to cut off here, we were talking about the oil video. Um, we were talking about the oil video the other day and how the US and Russia were going to be cheering on this. Putin just said he's ready to sell S-400s to Saudi Arabia to help them defend against attacks. See, what did I tell you? This whole oil thing, always about the money, right? Back to the point. I want to share with you habits of a winning trader. Winning traders regularly review and evaluate their trading performance. We do that here in the Newsbeat live room. We go back, we look at the trades we took, we see if they made sense, We change what needs to be changed. We tweak what needs to be tweaked. We add what needs to be added, and we remove what shouldn't be there. Winning traders are flexible. Consistent traders are flexible. We aren't ego invested in our trades. We're always able to view the market objectively and easily cast aside trade ideas that aren't worth it. One of the big things that I do to remain consistent is understanding that the market can't really be predicted over the long term. That's why when people ask me, where do you see the market 6 months from now? I'd rather honestly tell you than just give you some scam nonsense level of, oh, this will happen and then this, and then we go up and we never look back. Consistent traders are aware of and accept the fact that the market is ultimately unpredictable, that there is no surefire market analysis technique or strategy that will infallibly predict price movements. Because we are keenly aware of this fact, we carefully watch for signs that everything has to line up perfectly for us to get the best risk reward possible. And if we see such signs, we can adjust what we do immediately. Losing traders, what they tend to do is once you put a trade on, they only look for market action that confirms that they are right. And they may minimalize or rationalize or make excuses for any market action that seems to contradict their analysis. This is called confirmation bias, ladies and gentlemen. People like to believe things that are untrue if it falls with their confirmation bias. Most people want to think that they could sit there, trade all day, make millions and millions of dollars by finding this one or two or three easy techniques. And because that fits what they're looking for in trading, they are suckered into it. Now, do I have one or two strategies that are batting over 80% that works for me that I am making tons of money on right now? Yes. But I'm also smart enough to know that that might not be there a day, a week, a month, a year from now, or maybe it will be there up to 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. But one thing is for sure, I will change whatever I'm doing if it doesn't work anymore. What happens with these other trading gurus is they'll fall back on a very, very ancient and old track record that shows what they did at one point in their lives utilizing the strategy and sell it to you today as it's the hottest new thing that you need to be part of. Trading is basically without boundaries. The markets are a completely free environment. You are free to buy, sell, enter, exit at any point in time. There are basically no rules that require you to either open or close a trade at any given price or time or point in time. There are basically no rules that dictate this, despite the fact that one of the primary attractions of trading is the complete freedom to make our own decisions, to basically do whatever we want, whenever we want. The only way to consistently succeed in trading is to self-impose a strict set of rules that govern our trading and to practice these strict set of disciplines and follow these rules. What's the problem then? I don't think anybody could disagree with that. So what's the problem? The problem is that we all instinctively love having the freedom to do whatever we want and hate having any rules and restrictions placed on us, even if those restrictions and rules were based on our own creation. Even if we invented these rules to place boundaries around us. Trading is freedom. I'm going to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get crap-faced drunk and do drugs and stay out late and stress and do this and eat junk food and I'm going to be fine. No. No, you will not over the long term, you won't. Take it from somebody who drank a lot of alcohol. No, not a lot, but I drank a fair share. I don't think anybody would ever call me an alcoholic. Stayed up very late. Ate tons of junk food. Oh my God, yes. That I'm very guilty of. And then it just comes a point where I'm hampering my own trading. Self-discipline is critical to being a consistently profitable trader. Unfortunately, self discipline is typically the hardest discipline to come by. Most of us do a better job when somebody places rules upon us as opposed from like placing rules upon us from the outside as opposed to us placing rules ourselves. I'll prove it to you. A no parking sign is there. Most of us would abide by those rules and not park our cars there. Our attitude tends to be one more of, well, I made the rule, so I'm free to break it. And while that's technically true, it's not an attitude that will serve you well in trading. Ultimately, what I've discovered is, Mark, how did you get the largest group of consistently profitable traders around you on Wall Street? How did you do it? What did you do? What did you share with them? I realized that every trader can be consistently profitable. Every trader can be consistently profitable if they push forward with the things that they need to do. Losing traders mistakenly believe that mastering the market itself is the key to winning. So you'll have, again, without one bad bone in their body, but people who couldn't help, you know, who couldn't, people who couldn't help you trade your way out of a, as I like to say, a urine soaked brown paper bag. And they'll be like, here's lesson number 23 and lesson number 42, and here's my 45th lesson that I'm sharing with you. Because they are trying to master the markets. You try to do that and you're going to fail miserably. You are going to fail miserably. You can't control the market. You know that. You're not going to, you don't really believe you can, right? You're failing to face the reality that the market can't, you have to you fail to face the reality that the market cannot be mastered and you can't control the market. So what you can control is yourself, what you do in relation to the market's actions. That's why when I come to you and I say, well, I don't know what trades I'm taking today, but the market is going to tell me what to trade. And it's not that market analysis isn't useful. It's just that the amount of available information to consider, as well as the number of different technical or fundamental indicators, is virtually endless. Plus, what's significant at one point in time may be utterly insignificant at another point in time. And that's, of course, the education scam. It's just too much information to sort out and ultimately impossible to deal with perfectly. A trader's time is better spent on mastering themselves and their trading skills. So, just a quick summary here of everything together. And if you're listening to this, you're probably, and you're a Newsbeat Live member, you could say, you're probably telling yourself, I see exactly why Mark runs the room in the way he does. You get it. It makes sense to you. Trading is a difficult game to master. You're not supposed to master it. Very few people become highly successful at it. I started doing the different things that everyone else wasn't doing, and I have gotten the best results I've ever seen in my career. However, it is possible for virtually anyone to become a consistent trader as long as they're willing to make the necessary efforts and place themselves in an environment conducive for that. Attaining the proper psychological mindset. What do you think the Bandits course was all about? It was about psychology. It's marketed as 6 trading strategies, but that will be the most important course you ever take in your life, potentially, or one of. Attaining this proper psychological mindset for winning trading requires time and rigorous self examination and self discipline. You have to learn to cultivate good trading habits, trading strategies in which you can execute upon, because they aren't things that are going to become, they're not going to naturally come to most people. And making the necessary changes in yourself that will enable you to become this consistently profitable trader will more than likely affect how well you deal with life overall, not just how well you deal with trading. One of the most common things that the hundreds and 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 hundreds of consistently profitable traders come to me with is that they're in a better relationship with their loved one, with their husband, their wife, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, nicer to their pets, believe it or not. I've heard that one. They're healthier, they're losing weight, they're less stressed, they're sleeping better. You know how many members in my room said that they came off their blood pressure medications after joining our room? Blood pressure medications, because they're not subjecting themselves to the insurmountable amounts of stress that could have negative impacts upon them. And if you could adapt what I'm telling you in this video, and you can adapt this entire mentality, I promise you that I see no reason whatsoever why you cannot become the next Newsbeat Live success story as a consistently profitable trader. Again, if you're interested in trying out our room for free, it doesn't require a credit card sign up, but it does take your time. You don't have to pull out your wallet, but your time is valuable. If you want to spend time with us, you have today, Monday, and 4 more trading days to spend that time with us. And there is a link in the description for you to sign up. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow and tonight on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.